Hello, everyone. My name is Cheyenne. I am the CEO of the Facebook group called Find Our Missing Black Children, BIPOC, which means Black Indigenous People of Color. My group was created in 2022. It is centered around bringing awareness to cases involving missing, murdered, and unidentified African American children and children of color. Today, I want to speak about the importance of breaking generational curses. So I felt inclined to speak on this because of the Naziah Harris case. As you know, Naziah Harris was 13 years old. She went missing from Detroit, Michigan on January 9th, 2024. She wasn't reported missing until January 10th by her maternal grandmother and her maternal aunt who was raising her at the time. Her mother unfortunately suffered from addiction and was a abuse survivor herself. So it's a long line of addiction, sexual abuse, and other incidents, including poverty, that are considered generational curses. For myself, I would like to share that at the age of 9, my mother was raped by her stepmother's brothers. She battled with mental health disorders such as bipolar disorder and depression, and she had multiple hospitalizations over the years due to her trauma. Unfortunately, at the age of 5, I found myself molested for the first time by a babysitter's brother, and again by a cousin from 5 until I was 10 years old. From 10 years old until I was about 18, I was in institutions because of anger outbursts. Out of those 8 years, I was only home once. I had dealt with children's services in my life as well as in my childhood. And when I had my children, I made the choice to basically put an end to it. I wanted my children to experience better. I didn't want them to have the life that I lived. And when I had my daughter in 2018, that's when it became um, even more important for me to crack down on breaking generational curses. Um, I've always taught my kids that, don't keep no secrets, don't tell no lies. If there's anything you are scared to tell me, um, don't be scared to tell me. Like, if there's something going on, tell me so I can go handle it. You won't be in trouble. I don't care what it is or anything, what it is, basically. You come and tell mommy. I've also told my daughter the difference between good touch and bad touch at a young age, as well as my son. Um, it's very important to do those things. It's very important to not parent how you were parent because this world is not the same. If you were born in the 70s and the 80s, maybe even a little bit of the 90s, you know that most families push things underneath the rug. It was normal for them to do so. It was normal for people to say, it happened, get over it, move on, but that's not so. If you are still experiencing trauma, I suggest you go get therapy. I suggest you take the time to really find yourself and who you would like to be and who you think you are. I know I had to do that. It took me 4 years to become the woman that I am today. I used to always be angry, used to always fight. You know, it took me 4 years to come to a place to where when I look back on my past issues, I no longer feel anger, I no longer feel depressed, I no longer feel anything like that. I feel at peace, and now my mission is to go help the next person. So that is the whole purpose of my platform, is to spread awareness and to help someone else, and also to get the news out there about these children. Like, there's a lot of cases I know from the 70s and 80s and 90s that are not talked about enough regarding black children that are missing, either murdered or unidentified. This case with Naziah is unfortunate because it seems as though she never had a chance. The aunt chose to give this man a second chance, thinking that it was a good thing to do, and he wound up causing chaos in their family. Those are the ones that you need to watch the most. And not only that, I will share my personal opinions on this Naziah Harris case and say that I don't believe that he intentionally killed her. I do believe he was not thinking, um, and gave her what's it called, like an abortion, or tried to give her an abortion, and something went wrong. He should have never had access to her, and that's the first mistake that the family made. She needed a parent. She needed a mother figure. She needed guidance. She didn't deserve what she had dealt with. So while I'm not trying to bash the family in any way, shape, or form, this is why talking to your daughters is important. Talking to your nieces is important. Talking to your granddaughters is important. This is why when somebody has red flags, you get them out the way. You had to push that good Samaritan feeling to the side and move them out your way, because this type stuff happens. This 13-year-old should have been worried about her book, should have been worried about, TikTok, dancing, doing what 13-year-olds do, not worried about a 41-year-old man and having a child to him. That should have been a worry that shouldn't have been on her mind. I want to say a prayer for all the families out there that are experiencing the loss of loved ones. And I just want to keep you all lifted up and provide words of encouragement. Um, keep keeping on, keep having faith, keep putting their name out there. I'm going to do as much as I can to keep their name alive, because they will not be forgotten. They should not be forgotten. They should not be sitting in someone's case file and just sitting there for decades on. So this first live is about Naziah. The second live I want to do will be about Sharon Cole from New York. Please subscribe to my page, and also follow my Facebook group. It's Find Our Missing Black Children, and share some insight, even share some information you might know. All types of theories and conversations are welcome. I just ask that we keep it respectful, agree to disagree, and just respect what our mission is.